I coached dozens of agents who reached tremendous growth and success in real estate business.
All right, guys. And this is Pavel with Leverage with Virtudesk podcast, episode 86. And we're speaking with Coach Roman Ivanov. And we're talking about winning in real estate with the right tools and mindset. Roman is a real estate coach with a renowned world organization, Tom Ferry International. He's been a real estate agent for over 10 years as an experienced agent, and he's coaching a bunch of real estate agents on how to actually win in the current market and how to be successful. So I know also Roman posts a lot of videos on Instagram and social media. He's a very much a video guru, coach and real estate agent. So Roman, how are you doing? Nice to have you.
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. It's my honor to be on this podcast. I'm doing great. How are you doing, Pavel?
Great. It's been a while. So glad to have you here, Roman. So let's get straight into it. So I know I've known you for many years, man. I know we've met through Tom Ferry organization, and you were also selling real estate in Pittsburgh and Miami. You're currently in Miami. Your wife is selling in Miami. I know that. So you've reached a lot of success in real estate, and you've been in the industry for over 10 years now, right? So,
right.
Yeah. So using your knowledge and experience to help real estate agents improve how they run their business. So, for the benefit of the audience, can you tell us more about your coaching business, your coaching, strategy? So, what motivates you to start? What motivated you to start coaching? So how did you transition basically from being a real estate agent to a full-time real estate coach?
Well, my 10 years career in 1 minute description would be the following. I started my real estate career about a decade ago when I had no idea how to run the business, had no tools, no knowledge. I tried to jump from one brokerage to another, tried to call for sale by owners, tried to get leads from Zillow, and I couldn't close more than 10 deals a year. So then I decided to sign up for coaching with Tom Ferry at one of his events on Sales Edge. And from that point, my business significantly improved. I went from 10 transactions to 50 transactions. I built a team. Now I have two teams in two cities. And at some point I decided I need to give back to real estate community. And I wanted to do something that I'm passionate about, which is helping others change their lives through coaching. So I decided to become a coach 2 years ago. And since then, I coached dozens of agents who reached tremendous growth and success in real estate business. And especially this time when we see shifting market, this time it's something that agents absolutely should consider to implement in their career, because we both know that without the information and the knowledge, this business is not going to exist.
And your experience as a real estate coach, you must have met a variety of real estate agents with different strengths, weaknesses, and levels of experience. So what are the most common areas that agents struggle with the most? And how did you help them improve that? What do you think?
Well, the biggest issue that I found that most of the agents have in all kind of levels in their business, with all types of sales and production, most of the agents struggle with time management and accountability. Also, a big one would be treating their business as a business. I see these are three fundamentals where most of the agents fail, and they seeking for help from coaching companies and trying to establish this structure behind their business.
Yeah. So obviously, I mean, you got to treat your real estate career as a business, not just as a job or a hobby. And that's how, a lot, but again, that comes from the mindset shift. And I know a lot of agents for many agents, being in real estate is a second career after they've been in a corporate world, and they still have that mindset of 9 to 5 or mindset of a salary. So in real estate, you don't get paid unless you actually close the sale. Doesn't matter how much you work. Sale doesn't close, you don't get paid regardless. So So probably for most agents, that's I mean, especially newer ones in the industry, that comes as a surprise or some sort of something that they're not prepared with to deal with, right?
Absolutely. And I was surprised when I started coaching, seeing that not just brand new agents struggling with this issue, even agents who selling 30, 40 deals a year, I come across agents who don't have a business plan, who wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning and they just go with the flow without the structure.
So how do you help them to achieve the right mindset? How do you help them to get to the right mindset?
Well, it all starts with the business plan. We look at the bigger picture. We look at an annual business plan or even their career in 10 years span. And we're breaking it down to small portions. We break down 10 years to a year, then 1 year to a quarter to a month to a day. And this way, we're building together the structure and schedule of which agents should follow. And they will know if they would follow it, then they will get the results that will be trackable and measurable, and income, which is also trackable and measurable, which is direct projections from their daily activities. Making
Okay.
phone calls, we can count how many phone calls should you make in order to get the seller on the phone? How many appointments should you go in order to get the closing? What is your average commission check? And how much money are you planning to make in this, let's say, upcoming year, since it's end of 2022, we're all planning for 2023 now.
So basically, you dissect the business model for them and help them realize that basically it's all about the numbers and the metrics. If you want to make X amount of money, you got to do this, this, and this. If you want to make double that, you got to basically double the amount of work you got to put in essence, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So now let's get to the part where most newbie real estate agents are looking forward to learning from an experienced coach such as yourself. What, in your opinion, is the secret sauce to succeeding and hitting financial goals in real estate?
Well, the message to newer agents would be take one little step at a time. I know when agents get their license and all that information thrown at their head, that you have to do this, you will have to buy Zillow leads, you have to call for sale by owners, you have to prospect, you have to market, you have to post every day, you have to run YouTube show. It becomes really overwhelming.
And it's a lot
So
of work. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
it is,
Yeah.
and a lot of knowledge. And we can only consume that much information during the day without feeling overwhelmed. Also need to implement it. So my message would be figure out the best structure of adding one thing at a time. And I always say you better be excellent at one lead source, at one activity, than being okay at 10.
Okay. Good. Good. I mean, that's a really good point. And you mentioned that your real estate agent daily when they function, they have to wear several hats. They have to be a negotiator. They have to go look for clients. They go to basically probably 80% of the work is looking for clients. And if you come to think of it, and also you also have transactions going on. You have to deal with transactions. You have to attend to the deals. You have to show homes. You have to attend listing appointments. So that's a lot of work basically. And sometimes agents work, like I know some agents work like 12, 18 hours a day. So obviously the obvious questions comes up too. So um I know you personally had help from virtual assistants. So virtual assistants help you tremendously with the tasks sometimes. And I know currently you hired VA to do video editing. So questions like on topic of delegation, how has your virtual assistant helped you with your business?
Well, the number one reason why I hired and outsourced some of the activities is I believe that if someone can do these activities for relatively inexpensive price, 10, 12, 13 bucks an hour, and I'm not doing these activities, and that means that if I would do those, then that makes me making 13 bucks an hour. And believe me, I don't want to work for 13 bucks an hour.
That's right. That's
I
right.
can make 13 bucks an hour flipping burgers in McDonald's. I'm making a lot more than that. So delegation is one of the fundamentals of building a successful business. I would say time management, automation, and number three, delegation. If you can delegate some of this work to professional who can do it even better than you. I know that you have great, brilliant employees in Virtudesk who help me set up listings. And when I catch up with them for role play in the morning, in some cases, they were even better than myself. Why wouldn't I let someone do it for me?
Yeah.
Get through the list of for sale by owners, talk to them, qualify them. So I'll step in when they find the right one. These are 10, 12, 13 bucks an hour jobs can be outsourced that will give my time back. And when you said, Pavel, that agents working 12 to 18 hours, I think it's a big mistake. I coach my agents to be efficient, not busy.
Good.
Proactive and efficient.
Yeah. So my next question obviously comes up. So how do you determine when is the right time for your agent to hire a virtual assistant? At what point in their career or in their business, or maybe like number of units or something, you recommend that they need to hire somebody?
Well, great question. First, it all starts with planning. I wouldn't just hire because I don't want to make for sale by owner calls. It doesn't work this way because it's a relationship. You're not going to achieve your goals if you hire a virtual assistant for a month, let him try to call for sale by owners, and then if you're not going to close anything, you'll quit. You need to have this expense in your annual budget. So you're okay if 1 month you're not going to close enough deals, because some months going to be better, some months going to be worse.
Yeah,
and you need to get through this, especially with employee, because virtual assistant is your employee. You need to train them. You need to build relationship with real virtual assistant. Sometimes you want to give them some kind of bonus. Sometimes you need to punish them. So it's a relationship, and it's not plug and play system. You need to have enough money in your marketing account to ensure that you can pay a virtual assistant for at least 3 months, even if nothing's going to come in. If you don't have 3 months,
we're going back to treating your business as the business, not as a hobby or a job. You know.
Sure.
Exactly.
So
that's
the answer for your question. If you can't afford to pay your virtual assistant, your marketing, without having 3 months being without a closing, it's too early. Sell listings yourself, put it in marketing account, and when you have 3 months, go ahead and hire one.
Got it. Roman, it's basically, I mean, we have to mention this elephant in the room that we currently have, the current market condition. As we know, interest rates went up like tremendously. The real estate market slowed down. A lot of agents, especially those who got licenses during 2020, 2021, like within the last couple of years, they're up for a very rude awakening. Big surprise right now. So business doesn't come as easy to them, and we actually working with a lot of those agents. We see them all the time. So what's your advice would be to agents who are freshly out of and been in the business for the last couple of years, and it's a shift right now? So what's your advice to those kind of folks?
Well, first, be patient because right now we're in very interesting market, and quite frankly, I like this market because it's confusing market. Rates are up, sales are down, a lot of agents exiting the business. And this is a tremendous opportunities for those who are going to stay and take the listings from this new business, avoid the frustration in the sellers and buyers' eyes when they're dealing with an agent who's taking care of the second transaction in their career. They have no clue how to do the paperwork. They have no clue about negotiation. And a lot of these newbies are going to exit it. And the reason for why they're going to be exiting, because they don't have any plans, they don't have any structure, and business was just falling in their hands. It was easy to sell 6 months ago.
That was easy. You just basically put a sign in the yard, boom, it's gone. Now you have to do some work. You have to actually get the listing. You really have to work hard to actually generate a buyer. and generate buyer leads. So again, buyers may not be ready, and sometimes a lot of people just put a pause in the home search. But again, what we've observed at Virtudesk, we have some clients who want to cancel our services as because of financial, because market is tanking. But on the other hand, we're observing some people doubling down. I mean, I have people who used to have 1, 2 VAs, now they're getting 5, 6, 7. So because that means those folks are actually doing something different than what most of the real estate agents doing. So meaning they're grabbing the market share. They're actually getting more listings, more buyers, more business. And that's not the first time I hear from somebody that they say, hey, I love this market because it's actually uncertainty, and in uncertain one's muddy waters, that's good to fish.
You're absolutely right. I see growth in my agent's production as well as my own production. And the
I mean, I
reason
saw
for
you
it
took
is
I saw you took 5 listings over the last 5 days, right? Yourself.
5 days, every day, a listing. And the reason for it, agents have to come to this consumer not just with use me strategy, but now
Yeah.
we need to educate our clients on what is happening, the pros and cons, the benefits of this market, because we both know that interest rates, they not here forever, and they might go up, and that means that buyers and consumers going to be
Yeah.
in a good spot buying it with a lower rate
Mhm.
than 9%. Because I had this conversation with the lender when he said, oh, it's the interest rate's too high. Interest rates too high compared to what? To 2.5? Yes.
Yeah. What
Compared
is it?
to
Yeah.
18? Well, they low. If they would increase the rates to 15, 18% and drop it back to 7, everyone's going to start buying. It's just a
Yeah.
comparison to what it was. But we're not in pandemic. And if someone got the time machine and they can go back and buy, great. I would borrow a time machine from that person. But we're in the reality that is today.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. That's good. I totally agree with you, and I think what do you think is going to happen within the next let's say 6 months or a year with the market? What's your I understand you don't have a crystal ball, but we can just all kind of like take a little wild guess because we've all been observing different markets recently, and this has changed. So, what's your take on what's waiting for us out
I
there?
think it's going to continue the way it is. I don't think anything going to change all of a sudden after New Year or after Christmas. We're in this market for quite some time until it normalizes. And I want to bring to everyone's attention who's watching this podcast that we are not necessarily in recession. We are in normalizing market. It's coming down, but it's coming down from extremely hot. And
Yeah,
now it's coming down to be normal. So buyers, they have an option to shop around.
exactly.
So agents who don't have any experience, they're supposed to exit. It is fair to agents who really putting work into this business, as well as the sellers. If they could have sell without any knowledge, without any expertise in real estate for sale by owners, and get multiple offers. Now it's not happening any longer. So
Yeah,
we are in this adjusted market for some time. So be prepared to adjust and take that pivot in the market to your benefit, or Uber always hiring.
I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly, Roman. And there's always going to be people who will be looking for homes. So if you're listening out there, if you're a struggling real estate agent and thinking the sky is falling, it's not. It's not falling. The numbers do not indicate that. Thank God. And regardless of what happens, people will still need a place to live. The values, the prices may actually decline, fluctuate, go up, go down. But you as a real estate agent, if you're doing your basics, I would not be out of job. And I strongly believe in that you will still, as a if you do your basics, cold calling, door knocking, meeting people, basically lead gen, you would still be employed and you would be making money regardless how the prices go, regardless whether the prices go down or go up. So, do you agree with this statement, Roman?
Absolutely, I agree with this, and it's just a matter of building the relationship and focusing on the relationship, not the commission checks. Because if you build healthy relationship in any market, you will be selling.
Yeah,
And if you're selling for 500 and prices will go down to 475, as an agent, does it really make that big of a difference?
it doesn't.
Negotiations a little high commission. Go from 3% to 3.5 on the listing
Yeah,
side, or from
exactly.
6 to 7. And
Yeah,
you'll compensate your at the best, because I noticed that I'm taking listings at a higher percentage right now. Because my selling point as an agent, while we're in a different market, we are in confused environment, and we need to
exactly.
educate the buyer that it's good time for them to buy your listing. That means that we need more marketing money. Now I'm listing your home at 7%, not at 6 like I used to.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, Roman, it's been very nice talking to you, man, and thank you for coming to this podcast. And so, tell people how they can find you on social media, how they can actually follow you, and I mean, possibly discuss how they can sign up for your services.
Well, I would say Instagram at Coach Roman Ivanov. That would be the best way to connect. I also
Okay.
have a form in my bio where you can fill it out and schedule a free consultation with me to see if coaching is right for you. Feel free to DM me, or you can find me on all other platforms with the same name, Coach Roman Ivanov.
And you're
Facebook,
with a
YouTube, everywhere.
Tom Ferry organization, Tom Ferry
Correct.
Coaching, right?
Tom
Good,
Ferry
good,
Coach.
awesome.
Correct.
All right, perfect. So, guys, we've just been just talking with Coach Tom from Tom Ferry, Roman Ivanov. He's a good friend of mine, and I've known him for quite a few years. And he just discussed and dissected with us what are the current trends in the market and what are some of the things newbie real estate agents should be doing in order to stay afloat, and not only to stay afloat but to thrive as well. So, Roman, thank you very much for coming in.
Yeah, it
And
was a pleasure. Thank you, Pavel.
yeah, it's been a pleasure talking to you. So thank you and have a good day.